Well, today, Africa 54 begins a three-part series on how innovation is being used for development and emergency support. The annual Star Tides Technology Field Demonstration recently took place in Washington at the National Defense University. VOA's Carolyn Turner was there and has our report.
About 70 exhibitors demonstrated their most innovative technology at the Star Tides Expo in Washington. On display were their best ideas to prepare for natural and man-made disasters. The event organizer, Lynn Wells, explained the goals for the expo.
Star Tides is about building resilience for both individuals and communities to make them better prepared for both natural and man-made disasters, and also to work towards human security, which is freedom from fear and freedom from want. It began with the Defense Department, U.S. Defense Department program that's called TIDES, that is looking at supporting missions of the Defense Department, like the building partner nation capacity, humanitarian assistance, disaster relief, domestic and foreign, and then peacekeeping operations. Just want to thank you for being here.
Wells explained how the program came into existence.
Well, the origin of the program, origin of the project was a question: how do people die? There's 6 ways: hunger and thirst, too hot, too cold, illness, injury. So hunger and thirst is a supply chain problem. How do you get enough things to people? Too hot, too cold is a heating, cooling, shelter problem. And illness, injury is basically a public safety, security, public health problem.
One of the immediate needs during a disaster is shelter. An international relief agency called ShelterBox provides emergency shelter and vital supplies to support communities around the world overwhelmed by humanitarian crisis. Wayne Childs explains.
ShelterBox is a humanitarian assistance organization. Ultimately, we raise money so that our volunteers can deliver green boxes like the one you see behind me with the kinds of materials that I have in the display, including the tent, delivered anywhere in the world to survivors of natural disaster or conflict.
Last year, flooding in Malawi was its worst in 40 years. It displaced 230,000 people and left many communities inaccessible. 3 ShelterBox teams distributed aid to people. In 2014, shelter boxes were rushed to Africa when there was flooding in a remote corner of Zimbabwe, following unusually heavy rains that forced over 200,000 families to leave their homes and lands. ShelterBox has been active in Niger. In 2012, over 900 shelter boxes were sent to homeless families in the western regions following severe flooding when the river Niger burst its banks after heavy rains. Besides the tent, each box comes with equipment essential for survival.
This is a water filtration unit that we have used in the past to provide safe drinking water for families who don't have access otherwise. We also have collapsible water bottles to store the water and to transport it. We also have a cook stove. We actually have 3 different styles. We've got a wood burning, we've got a propane, and this is petroleum based. We've got mosquito nets, simple materials for the young children, basic tools. The cooking and eating utensils illustrates the kinds of materials that we would provide.
Since ShelterBox was founded in 2000 as a Rotary Club project, it has expanded internationally. Since then, they have responded to over 240 disasters and humanitarian crises in more than 90 different countries and provided emergency aid for over 1 million people. Carolyn Turner, VOA News.